Hello, students. Welcome to Neeta's Business Studies class. In our last class, we studied about the features of planning. Before that, we studied the benefits and importance of planning. And today's class, we're going to study the limitations or the drawbacks of planning. So, even though planning is the first function of management and it is very essential for any business organization, and without planning, an organization cannot exist. It is, of course, important, but in today's class, we're going to study few points which will explain to us the limitations of planning. So, we'll start with the planning major limitations one by one. They are as follows. First one, planning leads to rigidity. Second one, planning may not work in a dynamic environment. The third one, planning reduces creativity. The fourth one, planning involves huge costs. The fifth one, planning is a time consuming process. And the sixth one, planning does not guarantee success. So these are the major limitations or drawbacks of planning. We shall study this one by one. The first one is planning leads to rigidity. The plans decide the future course of action, and the managers may not be in a position to make any changes. This rigidity in plans may create problem to the managers to cope with the changing circumstances, and this may not turn out to be in favor of the organization. So always keep in mind, dear students, in an organization, planning is very well defined. It is drawn up with a specific goal to be achieved within a specific period of time. And then these plans will decide the future course of action of the managers, and the managers will not be in a position to change it. That is what happens. Because it is predetermined and it is fixed, managers will not be able to make any changes in it. And this is what is called as rigidity. And rigidity in plans will sometimes create problem for the management and the organization, because there is no flexibility at all. There is no flexibility to the managers, and they'll not be able to cope up with the changing situations. So predetermined plans sometimes may affect negatively or adversely to the organization. So this is why planning leads to rigidity, means it's not flexible, it is predetermined, and every organization has to go accordingly. The next one, the major limitation of planning is planning may not work in a dynamic environment. The business environment is dynamic, as you all know, dear students. It consists of a number of dimensions, and the organization has to adapt itself to the environmental changes. It becomes difficult to predict the future, and at the same time, business has to make certain modifications in plan according to the changing environment. Therefore, planning cannot foresee everything, and planning cannot be effective. So this is what happens, dear students. Planning does not work in dynamic environment, and as you have already studied the different dimensions of environment, that is economic environment, it can be political environment, it can be technological environment, it can be legal environment, economic environment. All these dimensions of environment is ever changing. It is not constant at all. So all this is what is dynamic and ever changing, and every organization has to adapt to these changes. So that is why what happens is planning may not work in this changing environment, because environment is never constant. And that is why the organization has to continuously modify and continuously adapt itself to the changes, and it becomes very difficult to correctly access and analyze the future of the environment. And if economic policies are modified, or political conditions in a country are not stable, or if there is any natural calamities like earthquake or flood, and there is high competition in the market, or there is financial problem, inflation, all these things will affect planning. and sales targets may have to be revised and modified accordingly. Cash budget has to be changed. There is also need to modify all the sales figures. So this is what happens when planning is predetermined, and planning may not work in the changing environment, because planning can just imagine and foresee the future, but whether it is going to be the same or not, it cannot actually predict. So planning does not work or may not work in the changing environment or dynamic environment. So this one factor, that is, our business is dynamic and environment is ever changing, this one factor or limitation will affect the planning process. The next one is planning reduces creativity. So planning is the function which is mainly performed by the top level management, and the middle level management and the lower level management has to just follow it. Therefore planning reduces creativity, because people just follow the predetermined plans and there is nothing new or innovative. So planning is mostly performed by the top level management, and the middle level management and the supervisory level management and the workers have to just follow what plans have been framed by the top level management. And so the other level of other managers or other employees are not allowed to change or to make their own or take their own decisions. They are not even permitted to act differently. So this is what happens. This will lack initiative or creativity. There is nothing new, there is nothing innovative in an organization, because plans are predetermined and plans do not give any scope for creativity or innovation or new ideas. So most of the employees don't even think of changing the decision or think of formulating any other plan for the success of the organization. So this is what happens, dear students. Planning reduces creativity because planning is predetermined and it is performed by the top level management, and there is nothing new or innovative in it. Next one is planning involves huge cost. Yes, planning involves huge cost or money. For example, checking accuracy of plans, scientific calculations to ascertain facts and figures, board meetings, discussions with professionals or experts, investigations to find out the validity of the plans. All these incur lots and lots of expenses and cost. So this is what is very expensive, you can say, function of management. It of course involves lots and lots of expenses, because they have the management or the organization has to check the accuracy of facts and figures, and that involves of course lots of time and money. They have to go in detail and they require to conduct scientific calculations, and cost is also incurred for many other aspects, like for conducting board meetings and also for discussions with experts or professionals. And there are so many other, you can say, preliminary expenses which has to be conducted for validity of plans. So all these are huge expenses that incurs in the planning process, so it's a very costly affair. The next limitation is the continuation of the previous one, that involves huge cost. Of course, planning is also very much time consuming process. Planning is time consuming. For example, checking accuracy of plans and scientific calculations all take lots of time, and at times there is not much time for its implementation. So planning is very much time consuming process. It sometimes it is said that before the plan is completed, planning process is completed, there is no time to even implement it. The situation is past, or the situation has already occurred, and that is why it's so much time consuming. It of course takes lots of time, lots and lots of time for the same thing, for checking the accuracy of plans and for conducting scientific calculations. and for having the alternatives analyzed, and to study each and every alternatives it takes time, and to select the best alternative, all these will take huge time, and it is very much time consuming, dear students. So planning is also involves huge cost as well as it's very much time consuming. Our next and last limitation of planning is planning does not guarantee success. If plans are not framed properly or implemented, then it's meaningless, and this may affect the organization adversely. It is not always true that just because a plan worked before, it will work again, and this kind of false sense of security may lead to failure. Therefore, planning does not guarantee 100% success. So, just remember, dear students, plans have never been 100% successful. So, the success of any enterprise or business is possible only when proper plans are drawn up, framed, and then implemented. So, if it's only planned, you frame great plans, you take great decisions, but you're not going to implement it, you're not going to put it into action, then it is totally useless and meaningless. So some managers, they say that they have the tendency of practicing or implementing the same plans what was done previously, without any creativity, without any innovation. And so that is why what happens is nothing but again this false sense of security comes among the management members, and this leads to failure. So therefore, planning does not always guarantee 100% success in any matter. So this is what happens here. Besides, there are so many factors to be considered. This false sense of security is what is actually leading to the failure instead of success of any plan. So that is why planning does not guarantee success. That is, of course, to a certain extent it may be successful, but not 100% successful for sure. So the conclusion, dear students, despite of all these limitations, planning is not useless. It provides a base for future course of action, but it is not, of course, a solution to all the problems. Management need to plan in order to remain competitive in the market. So planning, even though it has certain limitations, still every management of an organization, every business has to plan and foresee the future and predict the future, so that they'll be ready to adapt the changes, to actually be competitive and develop and grow in the market, to survive in the market, to remain strong in the market. Every management has to plan, and that is why it is considered as a first function of management. This is all for today's class, dear students. Thank you.